In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to lift a 2003 Honda Pilot with a 2.5-inch lift kit. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Texas Honda Channel. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. We are doing the 2.5-inch lift kit on it. This is basically just a spacer kit. I got it all of separate places off of eBay. I will have links in the description. It cost me like $189 for all of this, including the rear camber arms, which are not here yet, but we're going to go ahead and install this. They said they're going to be like a 2 or 3 week extra delay, but it should be fine in the meantime. So we're going to basically put all these on. I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you guys didn't see on my other channel, link will be in the description. I ended up cleaning up and painting the supercharger with this graphite, like gunmetal gray look. Looks so much nicer. Can't wait to put this in. That'll be coming as soon as I get paid. I'll be getting the spacer adapter plate kit for that, and then we'll be putting that in the Pilot as well. It already looks pretty good where it's at, but we could go up just a little bit higher, and that's why we're doing this 2.5-inch lift. We could go 3, but I think 2.5 is plenty high enough. I might have to take that luggage rack off to get out of the garage and then put it back on. Then I probably won't be able to pull back in the garage. We'll see how it goes. We might have clearance, we might not. But I'm basically just gonna jack the Pilot up, put a jack stand underneath it, take the wheels off, and we'll get started. So here we go. Okay, now that I got the wheel off and the jack stand supporting the vehicle, I wanted to show you right here the sway bar end link stabilizer. I bought these both brand new like last week, and it ends up coming with one that is a little bit shorter, so I have to use these ones for the lift. So I just wasted money on these. I should have just waited, but super easy to take off. These have 19mm nuts on both ends, so not a big deal. To get to those bolts, we have to remove these plastic covers. It's actually just a lot easier to pop this up. You can actually get in there a little bit easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Once we get the strut down, we'll go from there. Okay, now that we got it out, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on top. Now there is only one way this goes on. Let me try to show you what I mean. If you try to put it on a certain way, it just won't go. Let's try it. And then the bolt holes are lining up. So it's a one way only. Same with the vehicle. So make sure this is all oriented correctly, or it is gonna be a pain to get it up there. Go ahead and put the factory bolts right here that came on the Pilot. Basically just bolt them in like this. So now we'll remove these. Now that we got those removed, this will go right back up there. So I got the strut up in there, it went in perfectly fine, no issues. Then I decided to take the CV axle out. I noticed this was cracked when it was all together, so it looked like this. Not even that bad, it was just a very small hairline crack is all I could see. And whenever I pulled the CV axle out, it just completely broke in half. So it's a good thing I decided to do the lift kit, because this could have been a really big issue. It was like that prior to the lift, obviously, doing the lift kit. So before I can really reassemble all of this, I'm going to get a new CV axle. I already bought a brand new CV axle, but I need the intermediate shaft. So I'm gonna head to Budget Wrench Apart tomorrow and do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the back and the driver's side. So let me get to it. All right, so the driver's side went super simple. It didn't take me very long at all. We got the sway bar end link went in just perfectly. I didn't have to do anything special on this side. Everything's looking good, so I'm going to put the wheel back on this, and then we'll get started on the back, and I'll show you how to do the back. Okay, now that we've got this rear spacer in right here, this is the upper camber arm. My adjustable ones won't be in for another couple weeks, so I can't take it to the alignment until then. Hopefully it's not off by too much. I'll know as soon as I drive it how bad it is. If it's not off by much, good. But this is basically all we have to do to replace that. Remove this bolt, which I've already started soaking, and then remove this upper ball joint, basically is what it is. So once we get the adjustable cambers, I'll just throw those in. But this is done. The other side, my phone died because it's so cold, it zaps the battery. Even though it was on the battery charger, it still drained it. This cold sucks. But yeah, everything's done except for the passenger front, which I have to go to Budget Wrench Apart tomorrow to get those parts. I wanted to make sure to get everything done just in case I broke something else and I needed to get a part while I was out there, but everything's holding up pretty good. So now I'm just gonna put the wheel back on and we'll see what it looks like even with the front still jacked up. Okay, I did lower the front a little bit on this side to kind of level it out some, and it's sitting up a lot higher. Of course, we won't know how it actually looks until it's fully on the ground under its own weight, but there's definitely a bigger gap now, which is awesome. So tomorrow I get the other piece for the CV axle, and then we can finish this thing up. So far, it's looking freaking sweet. Hi. But what? Oh, dang it, Casey. Guess you gotta stay there. Anyways, met Casey up at Budget Wrench Apart. His Civic is a little
leaking fuel all over the exhaust pipe, and I'm not saying a little bit, it's literally a big stream going down the pipe. So
yeah,
I like the warmth, but that's just a little too spicy for me.
Yeah, so we have to replace the fuel tank on his because there's a hole in it somewhere, but ended up getting the correct piece out at Budget Wrench Apart. Got it off an Acura MDX. The Honda Odyssey one fits the same. We actually took one off just to verify, and so that's good. We can actually put that in the new CV axle right here. But yeah, the strut's up in there perfectly. I'm gonna go ahead and put the CV axle and all that back together, and then we'll finish assembling this side. So here we go. Okay, it's all in. Got the new stabilizer sway bar in. I adjusted this. This is the adjustable camber bolt. If you don't have these, you will have to buy them separate. But I adjusted the camber to where it's in as much as I can. Once it gets on the alignment rack again, then it'll all be finalized. But I'm just doing that because it was kind of out a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the wheel on. Okay, we got it all torqued and put on. Now Casey's going to go ahead and lower it. See how much this lowers. Holy cow. Yeah, now that's definitely a lift. I'm pretty sure once we go drive it around, these will settle a little bit because I did it the first time whenever I replaced the shocks before. But it definitely sits up pretty high. I think we're going to have clearance issues with the roof rack, but it's definitely a lot higher. So we're going to try to get this backed out. He's going to keep an eye on it while I back it out. And then we'll take it around the block and see where it is when the dust settles. So here we go. Awesome. I really didn't expect it to clear. Well, it's definitely sitting up there pretty tall. He said I had like that much clearance. And then once I started going down the hill here, it went up a little bit. But we're going to take it around the block, see how it drives, come back and see how much it has settled down because those springs will definitely settle. So here we go. So we're just gonna see how it does over these little bumps. I mean, they're pretty big bumps actually. You could lose a whole Civic in these things.
Trust me, I've gone through it in my Civic.
Yeah, they're really bad. But it's a good little test to kind of just do a turnaround. Let the suspension kind of settle a little.
Especially this dip right here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I did that on purpose to make it real rough. But it went through it really well.
No rubs either.
So we're gonna head back to the house and see where it is, where it's setting. But there's some dirt and mud. But yeah, it rides super incredible, real comfortable. And I feel like we're in like a little monster truck or something because this thing sits so high up. I've been in off-road vehicles before. I had a lifted Baja truck and it was pretty tall. And this thing reminds me a lot of that, the way it's, you know, way up here. But we're gonna head back to the house and we'll see how it looks whenever we get out. Well, here it is. The Pilot suspension did settle a little bit. Emma's out here. You like the Pilot?
Yeah. Then we can drive in dirt and go in mud.
Yeah, we can go off-road.
What?
Okay. Well, yeah, it definitely did settle a little bit, and it's not rubbing, not having any issues. It sounded solid. I got underneath and tightened up everything one more time just to verify everything's nice and tight. That's a good thing to do, especially if you're doing a lift. Go drive it around, come back, tighten everything up again just to verify everything's good. But I will go out and we'll definitely play in it. Does that sound fun?
Yeah.
You want to go off-road and go through mud and water? And
Yes.
was it fun last time we went?
Yes.
She was so excited. But yeah, I highly recommend this kit. It's really nice. Like I did say though, Honda Rescue Garage has a really good off-road kit for the Pilot. Also the Civic, EFs, and stuff like that. So you could do it to like a lot of things now, even CRVs. So maybe that's what you should get, a CRV. It's a good idea. Then we can start building your Civic. There we go. But yeah, it's looking awesome. I love it. I will definitely have more updates on it. I got to go ahead and get off of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, drop a comment below, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Love you.
And as I like to say, God bless, stay safe,